If you're celebrating your 17th wedding anniversary, listen to this. The modern custom is to give furniture.
Wow. That's romantic. A different approach at Schrock Innovations are giving customers a chance to save on several services. That sale is going on now.
Thor Schrock from Schrock Innovations. Good to see you, Thor.
Hi,
You're not
Thor.
giving us furniture, are you?
Furniture polish, maybe. No. No, but furniture, really, for the 17th anniversary?
That's what they say. Yeah, the modern custom.
You said how romantic, but I mean, seriously, if I came home tonight and said, honey, guess what?
A recliner was sitting.
We are going to drop 10 grand on a new living room set today. I think she'd be pretty happy about that. If she asked me where the 10 grand came from, I'd be like, it's just, it's just this year's house payment.
If I gave Troy a new recliner, I know he would love it.
Oh,
You're right.
He'd be fall in love all over again. Absolutely. So how's his anniversary sale? How's this thing going?
It's going really well, actually. The over the weekend, what we did is we tried to leak this out slowly. So the first marketing we did on this was actually last week right here on The Blend, where we came out and said, here's what we've got. This is what we're doing. 17 years in business. And on the radio show yesterday, I kind of went into this probably for far too long. But you know how many businesses out there that would kill to have a 17th year anniversary? How many businesses never make it to that?
So many. After 2 years is sort of that moment where they end up folding. They can't stay on.